Welcome back to our channel Overlook in Book. In this video we are going to see the Sale of Goods Act 1930. The Sale of Goods Act was the part of the Indian Contract Act in section 76 to 123. These sections were found inadequate to meet the complexities of growing mercantile transaction. Hence, the Sale of Goods Act came into the force on 1st July 1930. It contains 66 sections and this act extends to whole India. There are two types of property, immobile property and movable property. Immobile property means the property which we cannot move from one place to another, for example land, building, etc. And the movable property means the property which we can move from one place to another. So the Sale of Goods Act applies only to the movable properties other than actionable claim and money. Actionable claim means the debt which can be enforced only by an action or filing a case. Money excludes from the definition of goods for two reasons. First, it constitutes the price for the exchange of goods sold and it governs by the different principle of law. Goods means every movable property other than actionable claim and money. So current money is not a goods because it constitute elements of price. Old coins which are not current money can be treated as a goods. Goods includes stock and shares, standing crop, grass, and the things attached to the earth which are agreed to be separated before sale or under the contract of sale. There are three types of goods. Number one, existing goods, future goods, and contingent goods. Section 6, Clause 1 of the Sale of Goods Act states that goods which are owned and possessed by the seller at the time of making the contract of sale are existing goods. The seller may be in possession but may not be the owner of the goods. For example, sale by mercantile agent. Types of existing goods. Number 1, specific goods. Section 2, Clause 14 states that where there is a contract for specific goods, the seller would not fulfill his contract by delivering any goods other than those agreed upon. Goods identified and agreed upon at the time of making of the contract are specified goods. For example, A, who owns a number of horses, promises to sell one of them. The contract is for unspecific goods. But if the horse that is to be sold has been singled out, the contract is for specific goods. Ascertained goods has not been defined in the Act. These goods are ascertained subsequent to the formation of the contract of sale. Specific goods are contrasted with the ascertained goods. Specific goods are identified at the time of sale. Ascertained goods identified after the contract of sale is made. For example, if a merchant agrees to supply one bag of the sugar from his godown, as soon as a particular bag is separated and marked or identified for a delivery, it becomes a specific goods. Unascertained goods are not specific and definite, that is, goods defined by description or even by sample. The seller, in case of the contract for the sale of unascertained goods, has the option, rather the right, to supply any goods of kind or the quality contracted for. Future goods. Goods to be manufactured or produced or acquired by the seller after making the contract of sale. Future goods are neither in existence nor in a possession of the seller at the time of contract of sale. Unascertained goods are in existence and in possession of the seller at the time of contract of sale. For example, a contract of sale to sell the crop in advance is a contract to sell and not a sale. So this is an agreement to sell. Contingent goods. There may be a contract for sale of goods depends upon the contingency which may happen or may not happen. For example, A agrees to sell B a certain painting provided he is able to purchase it from its present owner. This is an agreement for the sale of contingent goods. Contract of sale of goods, it means seller transfers or agrees to transfer the property in goods to the buyer for price. Contract of sale may be absolute or conditional. Contract of sale includes both sale as well as an agreement to sell. Sell means the transfer of property in goods from seller to buyer. Transfer of property means transfer of ownership from one person to another person. Example, A sells his car for rupees 2 lakh to B. It is a sell as the ownership of the car has been transferred by seller to buyer. Agreement to sell. Agreement to sell means the transfer of property in goods is to take place at a future time or subject to some conditions. For example, A agrees with B to sell his car after 2 months for rupees 2 lakh. It is an agreement to sell as the car is to be transferred on a future date. Following are the essential elements of a contract of sale of goods. There must be two parties. In every contract, the parties should be two or more. One person cannot make contract with own self. So in a contract of sale of goods, there must be buyer and seller. The subject matter of contract must be goods and the consideration for sale of goods must be money. Transfer of ownership is necessary. All the essential of valid contract must be present as per Indian Contract Act. If the specific goods without the knowledge of seller was made perished or become so damaged as no longer to answer to their description in the contract is void. Section 8. An agreement to sell specific goods. The goods without any fault on the part of the seller or buyer perishes or becomes so damaged, the agreement is thereby avoided. Section 7 and 8 apply only to specific goods. Condition and warranty. Section 11 to 17. Condition. Section 12, Clause 2. A stipulation essential to the main purpose of the contract is a condition, and breach of condition gives right to repudiate the contract and reject the goods. Warranty. Section 12, Clause 3. A stipulation collateral to the main purpose of the contract and breach of warranty gives right to claim damages only to the buyer. Every contract of sale has a number of stipulations regarding the nature and quality of the goods. When conditioned to be treated as a warranty, example, A agrees to supply B 100 bags of first quality sugar at rupees 1000 per bag, but supplies only second quality of sugar, the price of which is 950. This is a breach of condition. The buyer can reject the goods, but if buyer elects to accept the goods, treating it as a breach of warranty and claims for damages. On breach of condition, the buyer can repudiate the contract and reject the goods, or elect the goods and treat the breach of condition as a breach of warranty and claim damages. Remedy for breach of warranty. If there is a breach of warranty, buyer cannot reject the goods, he can only claim damages. Express conditions and warranty. Express means clear words in the contract. When the words are clear in the contract should be performed as per that words. Those conditions and warranties are express condition and warranty. Implied condition as to the title means the person who sells the goods must be owner of the goods or authorized agent to sell the goods. Condition as to the description. The goods must be as per the description. If the sell is by sample or quality and fitness, the goods must be as per the sample. Mercantability means goods must be in a state to resell. Wholesomeness means the goods should be fit for the consumption. Implied warranties. Warranty of quiet possession. It is the duty of the seller to give quiet possession to the buyer. Warranty of the freedom from encumbrances. The goods must be free from encumbrances. There should not be any charge. There is an implied warranty that goods must be fit for particular purpose. It is an implied warranty that seller should disclose the dangerous nature of the goods under the contract of sale of goods. Doctrine of caveat emptor, let the buyer be aware. It is the duty of the buyer to be careful while purchasing the goods of his requirement. The seller is not bound to disclose every defect in the goods of which he may be having knowledge. When a person buys some goods, it is his duty to examine them thoroughly. Transfer of title by non-owner, sell by mercantile agent. A mercantile agent is the person who can sell the goods with the consent of the owner. Title by estoppel, someone makes another person to believe that a particular thing or fact is true, then afterwards he cannot be allowed to deny. He has to sell the goods to that person. Performance of the contract of sale. Delivery of the goods. Delivery means voluntary transfer of possession from one person to another. There are three types of delivery. Actual delivery means physical delivery. Goods are actually handed over by seller to the buyer. Symbolic delivery means keys of the godown or car or bike. Constructive delivery, where the goods at the time of sale are in a possession of the third person. Acceptance delivery, it is buyer's right to get reasonable opportunity of examining the goods. The buyer is deemed to have accepted the goods if he intimate to the seller that he has accepted. He receives the delivery of the goods and return the goods without intimating the rejection. He intimates to the seller that he refuses to accept the goods are then at the seller's risk. Unpaid seller, section 45. When the seller gives the goods on credit and whole of the price has not been paid or tendered, when a bill of exchange or other negotiable instrument has been received towards the payment and the instrument has been dishonored, then the seller is an unpaid seller. The unpaid seller can exercise his right against the goods, right to lien. It means retain of possession of the goods until the payment. Unpaid seller can stop the goods in transit and resell the property. Unpaid seller has a right against the buyer personally. He can file a suit for price. He can file a case for damages. Can repudiate the contract. Remedies for the breach of contract of the sale to the seller. Seller can file a suit for the price. He can file suit for non-acceptance of goods. He can file suit for damages for the repudiation of the contract without any fault of the seller. Remedies for the breach of the contract of sale by buyer. Buyer can file a case for the damages for non-delivery of the goods. He can file a case for damages for repudiation of the contract without any fault. Suit for the specific performance when there is a breach of contract of sale of goods. Suit for the breach of the warranty, and he can file a suit for the interest. Auction sale, section 64. It means sell by bidding. Sell in lots. Each lot is a separate contract. Auction sale completed by auctioneer announces a completion of the auction sale by the fall of hammer. The seller makes use of pretended bidding to raise the price. The sale is voidable at the option of the buyer. If you like this video, please subscribe the channel, like and share the video and hit the bell icon. For more legal topic videos, subscribe the channel and get notification. Thank you. We will be see at next video. Thank you.